Since Vechain bottomed out 2 or 3 weeks ago, we have so far made a 115% recovery, which is great to see. Currently we have hit an area of resistance, so what we're going to do in this video is identify a few key levels of support and a few Fibonacci levels that we could use as an investment opportunity or an accumulation area, and then we'll have a look at some areas where we can take profit at some key levels of resistance. Firstly, we'll have a look at Bitcoin, and then we'll have a look at Vechain in both USDT and the BTC pairings. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. So as ever, we will start off by just taking a look at Bitcoin. As you can see, we have pretty much topped out so far. This red line here is the daily level of resistance at $46,000. We've actually double tapped the top here at $46,750, and we are starting to roll over now. It does look like we are about to roll over and come down lower. If we just look at this on the 4-hour time frame, we get a better feel for it. As you can see, we are rolling over, and if you're looking for a couple of levels to potentially invest, looking at this entire move here, so the bottom here at around 37k and the top at 46k. Usually when you're looking for entry levels, I think the best thing to use is a Fibonacci, and that 382 level is looking quite nice. I mean, 43,149 could be an area where we could fill some potential orders, but remember, there's always the 618 region at 40,926. That is a good potential level, because if you even hit $40,000, we are still within this, or should I say, still above this moving average 50. I've been banging on about a lot recently, but I think this is our key to the next move up, and I think if the market does come down, we're either going to bounce off this area of support here and push up, or we're going to come down, test this region here, or maybe even tap this moving average, wherever it may be, and then push up. But ultimately, whichever happens, whichever sort of recovery happens, I'm only seeing the way of possibilities of going up. I think if you're looking to buy some Bitcoin, maybe ladder some orders down from 43k down to 40k, and some of those orders may get filled. For me, I do not see us closing a daily candle at all below this 50 now. I think it's onwards and upwards. And for me, that gives us a bullish feel to the market. I've mentioned this in all my previous videos, but this move, for me, was overextended. It was a manipulation period where a lot of people managed to load up on some cheaper Bitcoin. I think a lot of institutions saw this move going up and then realised that we wanted to get in, so that price got heavily manipulated and brought down, and we was kept under that 35k region for quite a while. So hopefully that's their bags packed now. I did see a tweet earlier on, actually. Let me just go over to my Twitter, which let me just find it. I think it was some news I saw. This here, so Wales with 1,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin have now added 356,000 Bitcoin, which is equivalent to 16.3 billion to their holdings since May 19. That was around that crash, so that for me is a bullish sign that they've accumulated. Now they've released that sell barrier, and the price is moving on. Obviously, the price is just going to go straight up. It's going to move in waves, and this is the next wave. See where we can go. See if we drop low, fill some orders up, and see what goes on. But if the price of BTC drops down, that's going to drop down on Vechain as well. So taking a look at Vechain, currently 11 cents. This has not really had much of a pullback, to be honest. I mean, let's have a look. We're now trading back above a 50 on the daily, which is a bullish sign. Let's just put a bit of a bearish scenario on this and have a look at this in terms of fib levels from that bottom move up to the top. If you are looking for some orders to fill, then the 382 is a perfect level there. So that's 9.4 cents. If the market does spin around, that is a good level for you to potentially place some orders. So we'll mark that level up with just a little green box and see if we do come down there. So that's a good area. Well, that's very close to that, getting up to that 12 cent area, but we have rejected. We double topped at 11.7 cent. I just want to drop onto a weekly, see if we've got any areas of support below here. Potentially not, but we'll just have a quick look. So that's an area of support there. If you look at this wick here, all the way through. So we've got an area of support there. Support, 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 support. So that, for me, on that 618 level is always a valid level too. So if the market does drop, you could potentially look at laddering some buy orders in from 9.4 cents all the way down to around 8 cents. I think that could be a decent area to target if the market does swing down. Remember, things are starting to tick bullish now. There's always that possibility that we do not come down to do these full retests. I mean, 618 level is usually a great level to buy up, but the market has turned bullish now, and if we did come back down here, I think we would drop below about 50, and that would be a little bit of a bearish sign short term. So for me, we're now trading above the 50, and that's a bullish sign. So fingers crossed. If you're wanting to buy, this might be the area here, and we continue this uptrend from now on, because we've done a great recovery. If we come down, that will be the area I'm looking at. But in terms of recovery, what have we done? Let's have a look. From the bottom here to the top, we've done a 112% bounce back from them bottom lows. I never actually did any buying of Vechain down at the bottom, because I've got quite a substantial bag. Not a massive, I'm not some type of millionaire, but I've got a decent enough bag which I think will bode well for the future. So I'm looking to I'm not even looking to accumulate now, I'm looking to hold on for long term, and this all-time high what I've seen up here at 27 cents, I think we'll be smashing. I've got a price prediction of Vechain towards the end of this year, around end of year, around end of bull run time, around 77 cents up there. So that is an extension of a fib over that higher time frame. So let's fingers crossed we can get up there. I would go higher in prices, but the tokenomics is quite high. So I mean, if you're looking for something over $1, you're going to be looking at least a $60 billion market cap there with the current circulation. So just need to keep it. I think anything around that dollar region, of anywhere from 50 cents up, it's a decent prediction, to be honest. But who knows where this project can go. So that's your buy zones there. If you're looking for sell zones, I'm going to use these extension of this fib at 13.4 cents. But this green box here is the first major area of weekly resistance. You can't see it on the daily time frame, but there's lots of candles which close within that range. So that's the first area to break through. 14.8 cents is a decent area to look if you're wanting to accumulate. So that means selling at the top, buying low. Have a look at selling a portion of your bag maybe at 14.5 cents. Wait for a retracement, buy back in, and just continue that process. Sell at resistance, buy at support, rinse, repeat, and that's a way to accumulate your bags. So that's all I want to talk about in terms of the US dollar pair. Just some buy zones and sell zones. That's all I'm doing on this channel mainly. Just looking at those key areas which we could target, because that's all you as investors are looking for. You're not, if you're looking to scalp trade, then probably not going to get anything like that here, because I literally do not have the time to do stuff like that. But that's that pair covered. If you just look at a BTC pair in two, this is what I'm looking for. I've had this set up for a while. Like I've said, I mentioned that on all my other videos that I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to drop at some stage. Might not, but there's always that possibility it can. And I'm looking to fill some orders in. I've got some spare BTC. I'm going to look at potentially buying around here, which is about 160 Satoshis. Currently we're at 246. A lot of people are mentioning alt season. I think it's too early for an alt season, to be honest. I think we're still waiting for Bitcoin to go on a crazy run. Once that happens and settles down, the dominance obviously will be a little bit higher. I'm expecting Satoshis to come down. So once that happens, once Bitcoin has done its thing, Ethereum's done its thing, I then think majors will play a part. But in the short term, probably the next 2 or 3 months, I'm expecting a little bit of sell-off on the Satoshi pair. So if you're looking for buys, I would just put some down here in sats at about 160 Satoshis, and fingers crossed I might get filled long term. And then if you're looking for sells, this is an area which we've actually rejected off. This area of resistance on for a good couple of months now. We've actually wicked into that area now at 250 sats, and so far we've rejected. But let's see, depends what goes on over the next few months. If Bitcoin does go on a rally and brings everything up with it, and then has a blow off top which will hammer the Satoshis, it might be a while before any of the sats pairs drop, so let's just monitor that. One thing I didn't mention actually, looking at Vechain here, if you're looking at a money flow indicator down here, it's been in the red for quite a while, and now we're about to tick to the green. If you look at this green period of money flow here, whenever it was positive money flow, the price action was going up. When was money flow in the red, that means lots of selling, price action going down. So now it is looking like we're about to tick into the green side. So money flow in bullish territory, price action bullish territory. I think things are starting to look good. First major target 15 cents. Once we break through that, I think it's going to be an easy road to all-time highs, and then go on to price discovery. So that's it. That's this weekly update on Vechain. Just a breakdown of some key levels there on both USDT and the BTC pairings. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.